Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the online class of business studies. Today we will be continuing with the consumer protection chapter. As you had seen, we have already completed the meaning of customers, then the rights needed for the customers, legal protection to the customers. From business point of view, why consumer protection must be there, various consumer rights, when a consumer must exercise these rights, that also consumer responsibilities we have learned. Now we will be going to learn the different forums which are made for the business to be regulated. Yesterday we were discussing some of the questions. I will be continuing with the same questions, and again I will be proceeding with the forums which are laid down for the business to be laid down. Where can the complaint be filed, or which judicial machineries are available to deal with consumer grievances? If this question arises, I already explained to you in short. There are three important judicial machineries or three important redressal forums available to deal with consumer grievances. These are district forum to deal with complaints where the value of goods and compensation claim does not exceed rupees 20 lakh. In 1987, it was only 1 lakh. State Commission to deal with cases where the value of goods or compensation is more than 20 lakhs but does not exceed 1 crore. In 1987, it was rupees 10 lakh. National Commission to take up all the cases exceeding the value of rupees 1 crore. Earlier it was rupees 10 lakhs. Appeal against district forum can be filed in State Commission within 30 days, and the person who is declared guilty has to deposit rupees 25,000 or 50% of fine amount, whichever is less. The appeal against the State Commission can be filed with National Commission within 30 days, and the person who is declared guilty by State Commission has to deposit rupees 35,000 or 50% of amount of compensation, whichever is less. Within what period can the complaint be filed? If we will be seeing there, the complaint must be filed within the 3 months of purchase, and if some testing of goods is required, then within 5 months they have to be file the complaint in the different forums. In district forum, they can file a case if it is the amount does not exceed 20 lakhs. But if exceed 20 lakh, then they have to go to the state commissions likewise. What reliefs or remedies are available to consumer on complaints filed by him? Following other remedies, students, we can see following reliefs are available to consumers. Very first relief is removal of defects from the goods. Okay, then replacement of the goods can be done by the company if the goods are really not usable. Its quality is bad, then they can make the replacement of the goods. Next, refund of the price paid, compensation of loss or injury suffered, removal of deficiency in services, discontinuance of unfair trade practices, stopping the sale of hazardous goods, withdrawal of hazardous goods from the market so that no more customer get cheated by the fault type of goods. Dangerous, that can be danger for the life of the people. To pay any amount not less than 5% of the value of defective goods or deficient services provided to be credited to customers' welfare fund or any other compensation organization person to be utilized in prescribed manner. To issue corrective advertisement to neutralize the effect of a misleading advertisement, to pay adequate cost to appropriate party. That are the various types of things can be done in favor of the customer so that customer's problem can be sorted out and the customer can get satisfied for the things happen. Who are not considered as consumer under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. Following person, yes students, some of the people only consume the goods but don't use it. It is just for the business purpose, that they will not be considered as a consumer because they have purchased the goods not for consumption, they purchase the good for resale. That time it is the person will not be considered as the consumer, they will be considered as the seller of the goods. So let us see how many types the customer will not be considered as a customer. In which situation? The person who obtains a good for resale, as I said to you, is one of the example. Then the person will not be considered as customer. The person will be considered as what? The reseller. Okay. The person who uses the goods without the approval of the buyer. The person who avails of the services without the approval of the hirer. The person who obtains good without any consideration. The person who hires or avails of any services without considerations. Who can file a complaint? A complaint can be filed by any consumers, any registered consumers, consumer association like NGOs are there on favor of consumer, they can file a complaint. The central or the state government, one or more consumers on behalf of numerous consumers, okay, they can file a case. A legal hire or representative of the deceased consumer can file a complaint. Against whom can the complaint be filed? The complaint can be filed against the following peoples. Very first, the seller, manufacturer, dealer of goods which are defective. Against them the file can be filed. Defects means any fault, imperfection or shortcomings in quality, quantity or purity of goods. Okay, so seller, manufacturer, dealer of goods which are defective can file a complaint. The provider of services, if they are deficient in any manner. Deficiency means any imperfection is there, shortcomings of inadequacy, quality somewhat not good, then it can be manner of performance or services, then can file a complaint. So these are the things, students, about the questions, some of the questions which can give you much more explanation regarding the consumer forums, how they work, who are the consumers, who can file a complaint, what must be the cases for the complaint, all the things belongs and can file a complaint. Now comes the redressal agencies under the Consumer Protection Act 1986 and their jurisdiction, students. What is the Consumer Protection Act 1986 and what are the jurisdiction under there? Let us see. Three-tier consumer grievances machinery, as we have learned, Consumer Protection Act 1986 was first introduced for the favor of the customers to safeguard the rights of the customer. One organization was made by the government. Government find that this organization must be set up in the country. As it was in the foreign countries, many of the foreign country, but now we are having in India also, that is Consumer Protection Act 1986. According to that, any type of illegal things happening to the customers or any type of fraud, any type of wrong agreement is made between the seller and the buyer, and it affects the buyer, then they can complain over the consumer protection under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. Three-tier consumer grievances machinery under the Consumer Protection Act are as follows. Very first, district forum. When we talk about district forum, students, district forum consists of a president and two other members. Remember the thing, district forum consists of how many members? 3 peoples as a head who will be regulating over the district forum. One is the president and 2 other members. The president can be a retired or working judge of district court. They are appointed by state government. The complaint for goods or services worth rupees 20 lakh or less can be filed in this agency. The agency sends the goods for testing in laboratory if required and gives decisions on the basis of facts and laboratory report. If the aggrieved party is not satisfied by the jurisdiction of the district forum, then they can file an appeal against the judgment in state commission within 30 days by depositing rupees 25,000 or 50% of the penalty amount, whichever is less. So district forum is there, student. Remember the point which is have to be understood by for the district forum. There are 3 peoples, one the president and 2 other members. The president can be a retired or working judge of district court. Okay. So if our area district court judge is there that incapable of becoming the head of this Consumer Protection Act, then they can for the district forum. Okay. They are appointed by the state government. The complaints for goods or services worth rupees 20 lakh or less can be filed in this agency. The agency sends the good for testing in laboratory if required and give decisions on the basis of facts and laboratory report. If the aggrieved party is not satisfied by the jurisdiction, means if from the district forum, if the person not gets satisfied, it means in favor of the right type of judgment has not been taken, the customer can file a case in the state commission. They can appeal in the state commissions there. If the aggrieved party is not satisfied by the jurisdiction of the district forum, then they can file an appeal against the judgment in state commission within 30 days by depositing 25,000 rupees or 50% of the penalty amount, whichever is less. Okay, either of the party, maybe the consumer not satisfied or the person who had been found guilty had been punished, they also can file a complaint in the state commission, but they have to pay how much rupees? 25,000 rupees they have to deposit, or they have to give 50% of the penalty amount, whichever is less. State commission, when we talk student, it consists of a president and two other members, same as the district forum, 3 members are there. Definitely the president must be a retired or working judge of high court. They all are appointed by the state government itself, has the district forum. The complaint for the good worth more than rupees 20 lakh and rupees 1 crore. Okay, and less than rupees 1 crore. A range is there, more than 20 lakh and less than 1 crore can be filed in state commission. Or receiving complaint, the state commission contacts the party against whom the complaint is filed and sends the goods for testing in laboratory if required. In case the agri party is not satisfied with the judgment, then they can file an appeal in the National Commission within 30 days by depositing rupees 35,000. It is not 3,500 what it is 35,000. Okay, 35,000 or correction is there. It is not 3,500, it is 35,000. Okay, it is 35,000. So 35,000 or 50% of the penalty amount, whichever is less. National Commission, when we talk student, the National Commission consists of a president and 4 members, one of whom shall be a woman. How many? Here 2, not here 4 members are there in National Commission. As the case will become bigger, the members are more in this to see and to see the particular issue. For that, National Commission consists of a president and 4 other members. In that 4 members, one shall be a woman. They are appointed by central government. The complaint can be filed in National Commission if the value of goods exceed rupees 1 crore. On receiving the complaint, the National Commission informs the party against whom complaint is filed and sends the goods for testing if required and gives judgment. If every party is not satisfied with the judgment, then they can file a complaint in Supreme Court within 30 days. That is the last National Commission. So this was about the point, students. About the point, has the same thing is repeated again here. So I won't be explaining the same. Role of consumer organization and NGOs. When we see students, what are the role of consumer organization and NGOs? There are the following roles of consumer organization and NGOs. In India, there are about 500 consumer organizations working in the field of consumer protection. The most popular are Consumer Guidance Society of India, Mumbai; Citizen Action Group, Mumbai; Consumer Education and Research Center, CERC, Ahmedabad; Common Cause, New Delhi, etc. Common Unity and Trust Society, CUTS. These associations are performing following functions: bringing out the brochures, journals, etc., spreading consumer awareness, collecting data of different products and testing them, arrange seminars, conference for the purpose of focusing on the problems of the consumers, encouraging the consumers to boycott the goods or bad quality of harmful contents. For example, CERC spread awareness among general public regarding pesticide contents in cola drinks and encourage the consumer to boycott the use of cold drinks. Filing suits or complaints on behalf of customer. That is also the role of consumer organizations or some of the NGOs. There are most forward about this particular things. Filing suits or complaints on behalf of customer, that is the point. Educating the customers to help themselves. Some nukkad natak they are doing on the streets. If there are finding some type of problems or they are related to the product and consumer are not aware, for that making them aware, educating, there are having some nukkad natak also or some programs, some brochures they release so that has to educate the consumer. Running voluntary complaint counters for consumer guidance and counseling, helping government agencies to resolve the cases of consumer exploitation and to carry on consumer awareness programs, educating women regarding consumerism, motivating people to ask for quality marks such as ISI mark, EDmark, etc. This is the very positive role played by the consumer organizations and NGOs, because some of the consumer like us also, we consumer also, some of the time we find that why to come complaint, let the goods be like that. But we are thinking it is our one customer problem. If same way all the customer will not be coming forward, then definitely there will be the seller's rule. Whatever way they want to do business, we have to accept, and it will be wrong for one, not for one, it will be wrong for all. In that situations today, it is better the consumer must be aware and well organized. They must know what are their rights, what are their duties, and according to that they must act. If the goods really require that replacement is there, we must file a complaint in the consumer. We must file a complaint with the company. If the company not gives any type of reply, definitely we have to go to the consumer forum against the companies. Though time is taken, but justice will be there for the wrong which is happening. No, as I said, it is not wrong for one, it is a wrong for all. For that, definitely we must move forward together. Like NGOs are there, we can go to the NGOs, we can explain to them. They can help us to know more about how to we deal with the particular problem, so that way we can handle. So this must be educated to the consumers. Some awareness program we must also do, because we are the consumers who, on the basis of which the marketing is done. So according to us, we must move forward, as that is the chapter consumer protection, why the consumer protection is needed, and from this chapter we came to know how much is the importance of the consumer protection and why it is needed that Consumer Protection Act must be there. Okay, thank you for today's class. Have a nice day. This chapter gets over. Next class, definitely some revision classes will be there. With that, one chapter of the business studies has been left out, financial management, that we will be proceeding. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.